In this video, I will show you how to create a free Thinkific account and start building your first online course, step by step. Whether you are a complete beginner or just getting started with online education, this tutorial will walk you through everything you need to know to go from zero to a published course. By the end of this video, you will have a fully structured course ready to share with your first students. We will begin from the Thinkific website, then move through the full setup process, including account creation, course structure, lesson editing, pricing options, landing page design, and finally publishing your course so students can find it and enroll. Each step is designed to be beginner friendly. So even if this is your first time building an online course, you will be able to follow along without any prior experience. Start by entering your email address on the Thinkific sign-up page. This is the email you will use every time you log in to access your Thinkific admin dashboard, so make sure it is one you check regularly and have easy access to. Using a professional email address here is a good habit, especially if you plan to run a serious online school. Next, fill in your basic account details, including your full name, email address, a secure password, and your company or school name. This information helps Thinkific personalize your experience and sets up the public identity of your school. For this demo, we are creating a sample online academy to walk through each step together, so feel free to use whatever name makes sense for your own project. Thinkific may show a free trial checkout screen at this stage. Enter the required details carefully and completely. This step allows you to continue setting up your account and gives you full access to the platform during the trial period, so you can explore all the features before deciding on a paid plan. The free trial is a great opportunity to test everything without any financial commitment up front. After completing the sign-up, Thinkific will ask you a few quick onboarding questions about what you want to build. Take a moment to read each option and choose the one that best matches your goal. For this demo, we are selecting the option to create an online course, which is the most common starting point for new creators and the focus of this entire tutorial. Now we are inside the Thinkific dashboard. This is your main control center, where you will manage everything related to your school, including your courses, your students, your website pages, your pricing, and all your school settings. The layout is clean and intuitive, but take a moment to get familiar with the navigation before moving on, since you will be coming back to this dashboard frequently as you build and grow your course catalog. To create your first product, look for the prompt to choose a product type and select the course option. Thinkific also supports other product types such as communities, bundles, and digital downloads. But for a beginner tutorial like this one, a course is the best and most straightforward place to start. You can always explore the other product types later once you have a course up and running. Now, Thinkific will ask you to describe your course audience and what students will learn. Fill in this information as clearly and specifically as possible, because Thinkific uses it to help generate an initial course outline for you. In this example, we are building a beginner course called SAP Fundamentals for Beginners, designed for people who have never worked with SAP software before and want to understand the basics. Thinkific will now automatically create the basic structure for your course based on the information you provided. This process may take a few seconds, so just wait for the course builder to finish loading before clicking anywhere else on the screen. The auto-generated structure is a helpful starting point, but you will be customizing and expanding it throughout the rest of this tutorial. Once the course finishes loading, you will see the course dashboard appear. Along the top, you will notice several different tabs and areas to explore, including curriculum, settings, pricing, landing page, and drip schedule. Each of these sections plays an important role in building a complete and professional course experience, and we will be working through each of them in turn during this video. Let us start with the curriculum tab, since this is the heart of your course. The curriculum is where you organize all your lessons and chapters. Think of chapters as the main sections or modules of your course, and lessons as the individual pieces of teaching content that live inside each chapter. A well-organized curriculum makes your course easier to navigate, easier to follow, and more likely to get positive reviews from students who finish it. Open the first lesson and edit the title to match your content. In this example, the first lesson is called What is SAP? This is a strong, beginner-friendly starting point because it immediately introduces the main topic and sets clear expectations for what the course will cover. Starting with a foundational definition lesson is a proven approach for any technical or professional course, because it ensures every student begins with the same baseline understanding before moving into more complex material. Inside the lesson editor, you have several options for building out your content. You can add a short description, write your main teaching content, upload downloadable files, and attach other supporting lesson materials. As a general rule, keep each lesson focused on one main idea so students can absorb the information without feeling overwhelmed. When lessons are short and focused, students are more likely to complete them and move forward through the course rather than getting stuck or disengaged. Beyond the content itself, you can also adjust individual lesson settings, add downloadable resources for students to keep after the course, and use the formatting tools to structure your text clearly and attractively. For beginner courses, simplicity consistently works best. A clear title, a short and focused explanation, and one practical takeaway per lesson is usually all you need to deliver real value and keep students moving forward. After you finish editing the lesson, make sure to click Save before navigating away. This is an important habit to build early in your course creation process because it ensures all your lesson changes are stored correctly before you move to the next section. Losing unsaved work can be frustrating, so always confirm the save before clicking away from the editor. Now we are back in the full curriculum outline. From this view, you can see all your chapters and lessons laid out in order. You can add new lessons directly from here, rename or edit chapter titles by clicking on them, drag and drop individual lessons to reorder your content, or delete any sections that no longer fit the overall flow and structure of your course. Spend some time here getting the order right before moving on, because a logical course flow makes a significant difference to the student experience. This section of the curriculum is being updated with an additional lesson. For a beginner SAP course like this one, useful lesson topics might include an overview of the basic system concepts, a guide to the most important terminology and abbreviations, a walkthrough of the main navigation screens, and a practical section on next steps students can take after finishing the course to continue building their skills. Thinkific gives you a wide variety of lesson types to choose from when adding new content to your curriculum. These include video lessons for screen recordings or talking head content, text-based lessons for written explanations, quizzes for knowledge checks, surveys to gather student feedback, assignments for hands-on practice, file downloads for reference materials, and multimedia lessons for more complex interactive content. Take time to choose the format that best fits the type of content you want to deliver in each individual lesson, because matching the format to the content type makes learning more effective. Now let us move to the Course Settings tab. This is where you control the foundational details of your course, including the course name, the URL that students will use to access it, the visibility settings that determine who can see and enroll in the course, and other basic configuration options. Review each setting carefully and make sure the course title is written clearly and is easy for potential students to understand at a glance without needing any prior knowledge of the subject. In this section, we are adding or editing the course thumbnail image and the written description. Your course image is the first visual impression students get of your course, so it should be clean, professional, and relevant to the topic. Your written description should quickly and clearly communicate what the course is about, who it is specifically designed for, what level of experience is required, and what students will be able to do after completing it. A strong description directly impacts your enrollment rate, so invest time in writing it well. The course player appearance settings control how students experience your course once they have enrolled and are actively working through the lessons. From here, you can adjust style options such as the sidebar layout, choose colors that match your brand identity, and customize the overall visual environment that surrounds the lesson content. A consistent and professional-looking player builds trust and makes the learning experience feel more polished and intentional. Next, take time to review the progress and completion settings in detail. These options give you precise control over how Thinkific tracks each student's progress through the course and whether students are required to complete certain lessons in a specific order before they are allowed to move forward or mark the entire course as finished. For most beginner courses, a flexible approach works well, but for certification-based courses, enforcing lesson order and completion requirements is important for maintaining the integrity of the credential. If you would like to reward students for completing your course, you have the option to set up a certificate of completion directly within Thinkific. This feature is especially valuable for professional or technical courses because it gives students something concrete, tangible, and shareable that they can add to their resume or LinkedIn profile to demonstrate their newly acquired skills. Even a simple certificate adds significant perceived value to a course, so it is always worth setting one up. Now we are looking at the drip schedule settings in detail. A drip schedule is a powerful feature that allows you to release course lessons gradually over time, rather than giving students access to all the content at once when they first enroll. You can configure drip schedules based on a fixed number of days after enrollment, on specific calendar dates, or tied to student actions within the course. This approach works particularly well for cohort-based programs, accountability-driven courses, or any situation where you want students to progress through the material at a controlled pace rather than rushing through everything in one sitting. For a short introductory course like this one, however, Giving students immediate and unrestricted access to all the lessons is usually the simpler, more flexible, and more student-friendly choice. Most beginners prefer to move at their own pace, and removing barriers to access tends to increase course completion rates overall. Here, Thinkific opened the Certificate Builder tool, which gives you a visual and intuitive interface for designing the completion certificate your students will receive. From this screen, you can browse through the available certificate templates to find a starting point that fits your course style, adjust the text fields to include the student name, course title, and completion date, and customize the visual design elements such as colors, borders, and logo placement to match your overall branding. The goal here is to create something that looks polished and professional, because students who receive a well-designed certificate are more likely to share it publicly, which creates organic visibility for your course. Keep the design clean and uncluttered. Avoid adding too many decorative elements, and make sure the most important information is easy to read at a glance. Now let us navigate to the pricing tab, which is one of the most strategically important decisions you will make as a course creator. This is where you determine whether your course will be offered for free, as a one-time paid purchase, as a recurring subscription, or through a structured payment plan that spreads the cost across multiple installments over time. Each pricing model has different implications for your revenue, your student relationship, and your marketing strategy, so think carefully about which approach aligns best with your goals and your audience before making a final decision. If you select a paid pricing option, Thinkific may prompt you to connect a payment provider before you can complete the full pricing setup. This is completely normal and expected behavior on the platform. The good news is that you can continue building and refining every other aspect of your course right now without interruption, and then return to complete the payment configuration as a separate step just before you are ready to officially launch and start accepting enrollments. Now let us open the landing page tab. This is the public-facing page that potential students will see before they decide whether to enroll in your course, and it functions essentially as your course sales and marketing page. The quality of your landing page has a direct and measurable impact on your enrollment rate, so it deserves careful attention. A well-crafted landing page clearly communicates the value of the course, addresses the questions and concerns your target audience is likely to have, and gives visitors a compelling reason to take action and enroll. Inside the site builder, you have full visual control over the design and layout of your landing page. Start by selecting your color scheme. A simple and consistent color palette that aligns with your brand will make the page look clean, easy to read, and professional, which plays an important role in building initial trust with visitors who are encountering your course for the first time and deciding whether you are credible enough to learn from. After setting your colors, move on to the fonts and typography settings. For a professional course on a business or technical topic like SAP, choose fonts that are clean, modern, and easy to read at a variety of sizes across different devices. Sans serif fonts tend to work particularly well for professional and technical content. Avoid decorative, stylized, or novelty fonts that may seem visually interesting in isolation, but reduce readability and make the page feel less authoritative. Next, update the broader visual style of the page by working through the background options, section image settings, corner radius styles, and other design detail controls. These smaller visual details might seem minor or even insignificant when you look at them individually, but they add up quickly and can make a meaningful difference in how polished, cohesive, and trustworthy the overall page feels to a first-time visitor who has no prior relationship with you or your brand. Now we are editing the hero section, which is the very first thing every visitor sees when they land on your course page. Because it occupies such prominent visual real estate and determines whether someone continues reading or immediately leaves, the hero section needs to communicate the core value of your course clearly, compellingly, and quickly. You have only a few seconds to capture attention, so every word in the hero headline and subheadline needs to earn its place. The headline on this landing page reads, "Learn SAP from Zero to Hero." This is an effective and well-structured headline for a beginner course because it directly addresses the starting point of the target audience with the word zero, immediately reassures them that no prior knowledge or experience is required, and sets a clear, aspirational, and motivating outcome with the phrase "to hero." Headlines that combine a clear starting point with a desirable end result tend to convert significantly better than generic or purely descriptive headlines. Beyond the hero section, you can add multiple additional content sections to the landing page to give visitors the context, information, and social proof they need to feel confident about enrolling. Particularly useful sections to add include a concise list of the top course benefits, a detailed breakdown of exactly what students will learn and be able to do, a full curriculum preview showing all the chapters and lessons, a personal instructor biography that establishes your credibility, and clear and prominent enrollment details, including the price and any guarantee you offer. The About the Course section should do the substantive work of explaining the real-world value and relevance of your course in clear and accessible language, connecting the course content directly to outcomes that matter to your specific target audience. The Instructor section that typically appears below it serves a different but equally important purpose, which is to build personal credibility and human connection, giving potential students a genuine and convincing reason to believe that you are not just knowledgeable about this topic, but also capable of teaching it in a way that will actually work for them. Before you publish anything, always use the built-in preview function to see exactly how your landing page appears from a real visitor's perspective with no editing overlays or builder interface elements in the way. A well-crafted landing page clearly communicates the value of the course, addresses the questions and concerns your target audience is likely to have, and gives visitors a compelling reason to take action and enroll. This is what the student-facing version of your landing page looks like in full preview mode, as any visitor would see it when they arrive through a direct link or search result. Review every visible element carefully and critically, including the main headline, the full list of course benefits, the curriculum overview section, the instructor biography, and each of the enrollment call to action buttons before sharing this link publicly or including it in any marketing materials. Now we are back inside the Thinkific course management area. Once you are fully satisfied that everything across the curriculum, settings, pricing, and landing page looks correct, complete, and professional, you can click the Publish button to make the course live and accessible to the public. If your course is configured with a paid pricing option, make absolutely sure that your payment provider is fully connected, verified, and active before clicking Publish. Otherwise, students who try to enroll will not be able to complete their purchase. In this particular case, Thinkific is displaying a notification that a payment provider has not yet been connected to the account. To resolve this, navigate to the payment settings section of your dashboard and follow the on-screen steps to connect either Stripe, PayPal, or whichever payment option is available and most appropriate for your country and account type. Once the payment connection is confirmed and active, you can return to the course and complete the publishing process. And that is everything you need to create a Thinkific account, build your first course from scratch, set up your curriculum and lessons, customize your landing page design, configure your pricing, and get the entire course fully prepared and ready for launch. If you found this walkthrough helpful, make sure to explore the other videos in this series for more advanced tips on growing your student base, optimizing your course page, and scaling your online school over time.